A very good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to the presentation for today. I will make it short. So the topic that I'm going to talk about is a surgeon's guide designing a video presentation. I'm Jeffrey Lim, urologist from Department of Surgery. Okay, for the introduction, video presentation in conference is gaining popularity. Almost every conference now there is video presentation, video competition, and more people is trying to create video to win a prize in that category. So far, the competition in terms of video category is still not many people participating because everyone will be thinking creating a video or editing a video is very troublesome and not worth the effort. But actually creating and editing video can be quite simple, and the chance of you winning the video presentations is actually quite high because not many people or surgeons would like to create a video, edit a video, and put it up for competition. So today, my job is to make it easy for everyone so that you have some basic on how to edit and create video. There are a wide range of video editing software available, and to create a good video or edit a video, it can be a never-ending rabbit hole, right? It will never be perfect, right? So with ever more options and approaches to choose from, and for those who are just starting out, and this guide will teach you how to create video presentation suitable for conferences. Okay. The video presentation and also editing of video can be simple or complicated, but however complex you want the final product to be, you need to prepare from the very beginning before even you start to record any footage. So basically, the outline of your video presentation is very important. You need to brainstorm with your friends or with your boss on how to create a video. You need to have a good storyline, have a good introduction, and then present on your video topics. So these are the recommended computer specs. You need to have at least the higher and more powerful your computer is, the better. You need to have at least an i5 or i7. All right. You need to have at least 8 GB RAM, right? 16 GB or more. The more, the better. All right. And graphic cards. Generally, for our video presentation in conference for doctors, you don't really need a very strong graphic cards because you don't need so much of effect, right? And storage, creating a video, editing a video, you need a lot of storage. So you need to have a SSD. That will be the best. It's a solid state drive because the processing speed will be much faster as compared to the conventional HDD. I think most of the time now is SSD, right? If you have a HDD, then you'll be wasting quite a lot of time processing all those videos and also reading those files. So these are the 8 software that you can use to create videos, and all these software you need to pay. The sequences is per alphabetical order, not really alphabetical order, but it's not one more superior than the other. You can use Adobe, Cyberlink, Final Cut Pro. I'm using Filmora, which I think is cheap and user-friendly and powerful at the same time. So if you don't feel like paying for the software, you can use something that's free, like Lightworks VideoPad, right? If you're a Windows user, you can use a Windows video editor. If you're using an iMac, you can use an iMovie, which is quite powerful as well, right? But nothing beats the uh, paying software. So you need to plan ahead. You need to know what story you're telling. For example, if you want to introduce a new type of surgery on a patient, you need to have a storyline on what is the conventional surgery for this kind of disease and what is the reason you want to introduce this new kind of operation that you are trying to show the crowds, right? You need to have a plan. You need to have a storyline. You cannot just straight away show the new type of surgery. it's not interesting. You need to make it interesting to capture people attention, right? So you need to have a good storyline, and then you need to store the file properly. Yeah, the file management strategy is very important because there are so many files involved when you're editing. And then you want to put some effect, some music, and most important, you need to take a break because staring at the monitor for few hours is very taxing for us. So you need to plan ahead, have a good storyline, and then shoot according to the plan. You create a general outline. As what I always said, storyline is very, very important. You need to attract the crowd's attention so that you have higher chance of winning the competition, all right? How many different footage you will need, and you have to try to keep things efficient. Generally, for a video competition in conference, the video length is 7 minutes. So, for example, you want to showcase a new findings of a disease, or you want to showcase something that you're doing routinely, or a new innovation of surgery that you're performing. So, for example, the surgery is 2 hours. You have to create and edit it so that it fit in these 7 minutes, including all the storylines. So this takes time to practice and to create a good 7 minutes of a video, right? And generally after the 7 minutes of video presentation, you have a Q&A from the judges for around 3 minutes, right? And also, besides creating video, it's important for you to have a subtitle because some people will prefer to have to read the subtitle, and also important for you to have voiceover. What I noticed in the video presentation and competition is that generally people will put subtitle, but there's no voiceover. So I think in order for you to have a higher chance of winning, you need to have both the subtitle and the voiceover. Okay, so there are lots of different files to include in your final composition, like video clips, the graphics, the effects that you have edited, audio files, all right? So you have to keep everything organized so you can quickly and easily find. And I find Filmora, the software that I use, is very efficient in this management strategy. And regarding the effects, right? More effects means more computing power is required, which can bring everything down. And for scientific presentation, especially in our medical field, it's not ideal to have too many effects. We are not YouTuber or doing a lot of TikTok kind of things. So you don't really need to have a lot of effects. Just nice to keep things smooth and interesting. And you need to add on a background music. Yeah, it can elevate your video, but don't let it to be too distracting. And you cannot simply just put a video or music into your presentation because it's all copyright, right? So that's why here comes the app that you're paying for. There are a few musics that you can choose from to be your background music, and they are all they have already sort out the copyright when you buy the software. And most important, you have to take breaks for your mental as well as your eyes, yeah? Because it's very tiring to stare at the computer for too long. And most important in the video presentation, right? Especially if you want to join a competition in a conference, you have to start to prepare the video early, edit early, right? You cannot do it last minute because it is a lot of editing job to do, right? You want to squeeze the 2 hour surgery into 7 minutes. It's not easy. Before I move on to this software, which is Filmora Wondershare, I would like to share on a video that I've worked on quite, one of the video that I've worked on 1-2 years back, right? So that everyone can have an idea of what am I trying to say from whatever that I've presented. Don't think this is sharing well.
A very
This
good
is
day
around
to
7
everyone.
minutes. Yeah.
Our video today is about PCNL training in COVID-19 era using Phantom training module. PCNL is a difficult procedure with a steep learning curve. Precise needle puncture is the essential step for a successful PCNL. Published data has suggested that learning curve for PCNL plateau only after 60 procedures as a primary surgeon. However, COVID-19 pandemic gave rise to unprecedented challenges worldwide. Healthcare service is majorly affected. Elective OT and surgical services are stopped. PCNL training on human is almost impossible during COVID-19 era. In our center, PCNL training for young urologists is continued using Phantom under fluoroscopy guidance. Phantom training module consists of 60 punctures, 30 freehand bullseye technique, and 30 automated needle targeting robotic device, or what we call ANTX. Phantom by NDR technology. So we like to introduce this device. Phantom by NDR is representative of a small adult abdomen and can be imaged under CT, fluoroscopy, and ultrasound. It simulates the abdomen with ribs surrounding, and materials provide contrast between the structures under all imaging modalities. 12 calyxes of different size is unequally distributed. First, we want to show the freehand bullseye technique on Phantom. First, the surgeon identified the desired calyx to puncture at 0 degree. Subsequently, turn the C-arm to 30 degree and identify the desired calyx. Upon identification of the desired calyx at 30 degree, Jiba needle is introduced at the skin of Phantom. The surgeon achieved bullseye at C-arm 30 degree. Upon confirmation of bullseye, the surgeon will advance the Jiba needle until puncture of the desired calyx. After achieving the desired calyx puncture, the surgeon can evaluate accuracy of puncture directly on the Phantom. Next, ANTX on Phantom device. ANTX consists of an articulated arm, and the device is connected to a controller box that can relay signal to C-arm machine. Setup of ANTX requires less than 5 minutes. And as you can see, the ANTX articulated arm is mounted to the sidebar of OT table. And with wire connection, the ANTX is connected to the controller box of a computer, and also it relays signal to the C-arm machine. After setup, the surgeon identified the desired calyx to puncture at 0 degree. Upon identification of the desired calyx at C-arm 30 degree, ANTX device is adjusted to target the desired calyx. Jiba needle is introduced through the ANTX needle holder, targeting the center of the desired calyx. Through computer software and algorithm, boost eye position is achieved automatically by the ANTX. After confirmations of boost eye, the surgeon advanced GBA needle till reach the targeted calyx. And the results. For participating surgeon who completed phantom training module, the average duration of needle puncture time and fluoroscopy radiation exposure for both freehand and ANTX device modality were reduced by at least 30%. The mean needle puncture time of freehand was shorter than that of ANTX, 180 versus 279 seconds, and this is statistically significant. However, the mean fluoroscopic radiation exposure of freehand was higher than that of ANTX, 3.04 versus 0.78. This is also statistically significant. The surgeon self-assessment result showed that the urologists that completed the phantom training module had a higher confidence for human PCNL renal access puncture. In conclusion, phantom training is beneficial and effective to achieve the learning curve of PCNL renal access puncture, especially during COVID-19 era. And with that, I thank you everybody for your attention.
Okay, so that is the example of one of the video that I have created regarding the PCNL puncture on the phantom, right? I will continue with my presentation. All right, so the software that I'm using is Femora Wondershare, and as you can see, right, basically it is a software that you need to pay, not too expensive, right? And you need to launch the software, right? And you click on the new project. So you select the project aspect ratio, and generally we do a 16:9, which is a widescreen. And you can choose the resolution, right? Normally we go for full HD, yeah, and yeah. And then you import the files that you want to edit, yeah. So as you can see from the video just now, I have a few files, yeah, right? From the phantom, from the boost eye technique, from ANTX. So basically you import all those files into the Femora software. Yeah. If you are using a 4K video, then you can import with this instant cutter tool. So it can actually speed up the import process, because it takes a few minutes for the whole video to be imported into the software. Then all the files that you want to edit and compile into the video will be shown here, right? For example, if you want to put all these things into the video, then everything will pop up here because you have imported all these few files into it. And then you can add on a new folder icon. For example, if you want to put all these videos into one file, and then another few videos in another file to manage the file better, you can do it by creating a file or folder. Okay, so basically the video that you want, right? For example, video 1, right? Then basically what you do is that you just drag and then you drop on the timeline that you want, right? And then you can cut the video, and that will be the video that you have cropped. And then you can drag the files to the desired position on the timeline. So you can play with the video. You can make it early or you can make it late. You don't really need to follow the whole sequence of the video that you captured from your phone, right? And then you can trim your videos by dragging the end of video left or right. So it just means that you want the speed to be faster or slower, right? So, but you cannot actually put a 20 minutes video and then you chop straight to 7 minutes. Everything will be fastened times 3 or times 4, right? That will be very not a good video presentation. You need to apply some visual effect, right? And you can proceed to detach the audio video files and add music or insert transitions between clip or use visual effect. So whenever we are capturing some videos in OT or whatsoever, there will be some noise around you in the environment. So you can detach the video, you can take the audio out, the background noise out. And then you can add some music of your liking, and then you can insert the transition between the videos that you have edited, or you can add some visual effect in the video that you want to. For example, you can see just now the video, I zoom into the robot to focus on the movement of the robotic arm. So you can do that using the software. Okay. And then you also can click on text or credit icon to add on the titles, basically subtitles. So you can add on titles, subtitles, whatsoever from the icon. So there's a few options for you to choose what font you like it to be, how big you like it to be, which position, is it the headline, or is it the subtitle? You can do everything there. Once you have completed the video 7 minutes, right? And then once you are done, you click on the export button, and then you choose what type of video you want it to be, right? The file format. Generally, to make it simple and universal for everyone to play the video, we use an MP4, yeah. And then, yeah, quality is up to you, right? Normally, we can choose a better one. You can go for best as well if you want to, right? And yeah, resolution, right? So generally, we do this as MP4, good quality, right? HD resolution. Yeah. Audio, normally we wouldn't disturb much. And that's the end of my presentation. I welcome any question from anyone regarding the how to create good videos.
Do you all have any questions for Jeffrey? How many of y'all have actually tried making videos? Can you can put your hand up? And if so, what were the issues you faced? Or how many of you would like to make videos, and were any questions where you want to clarify based on, since you're going to try making a video, what would you like to know? There's a few questions there. So let's just start with the first one, which is, how many of y'all actually tried making videos before? No one's raising hands. Is that a no? No one has tried?
Hi, Dr. Gary. I'm Ching here.
Hi.
So thank you, Dr. Jeffrey, for sharing how to make a video presentation. So it's very enlightening because most of the time we have difficulty not knowing what software to choose, and and also don't know how to time our presentation and what is most important, and don't know what points to pick. So we are most likely in this phase, we are still learning. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Jeffrey, I have a question. So with these videos, how do you actually make it that if it's different audience? So obviously at a conference, the audience is different compared to if it's a video you're going to try and make for education for the public, right? So
Yep.
how would you advise they go about, maybe it's the same content, but it needs to be catered for two different audiences. How would you suggest they go about reducing time in making the video, but using content like,
Sorry, so your question is
is
how do
yeah,
you?
so the same content, but you need to deliver it to two different audiences. One which is like your peers, your experts, like other urologists, or public, general public, but it's the same content.
I see. All right. So
Yeah,
I
how to make
guess
a video.
generally, if we are doing it to share it with our peers or colleagues or in video competition, it will be more professional and more formal, and we use more to like medical language, right? And also less effects and transition because you have to be professional. But if I'm doing it for my friends or publics, then you need to add on a bit more effects to capture the attention, as well as don't use so much of medical jargons so that they can understand whatever that you're saying. And yeah. And generally, if for publics, we don't like to create video that is so long, like 7 minutes. We just want it to be like short reel
Like
because
TikToks.
yeah, like
instead,
TikToks, because their attention span is just too short, you see. So whenever they see something that's more than 1-2 minutes, then everybody is falling asleep. So I think that is the main difference. Yeah.
And I don't know whether you covered this. I might have missed it, but music, because this one is more for obviously the ones which go for competition. And I know that is always a usual question. How do you select the appropriate music and so forth?
The music wise, I basically just choose from the available musics in the software. So I just try and error, not too noisy, not too soft, not too loud. And yeah. So
and guidelines, I believe some competitions don't allow you to talk, and some want, or you have to talk within the video, and some allow you to talk part of the video, right? Can you elaborate a little bit when that is applicable? Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, generally the video competition, they allow you to have subtitles and talk actually. Yeah, most of the conferences and video competition, they allow you to have subtitles
within the
and,
video, right? Not
voice over. Yeah, they don't allow you to talk on the spot. So basically when you're on the stage, right, you just play your video and you can't talk when you're on the stage. You only talk when you are in the Q&A session. So what we always like to do is that they will have subtitle on their video, but there's no voice over. But I think it's important to have voice over and a subtitle at the same time. And to create a voice over is actually not too difficult. It's actually quite easy. You can even use the AI to help you with the voice over nowadays. But if you would like to use your own voice for the voice over, then you need to have a good noise cancelling earbud or a voice recorder so that you'll be free of the noise around you. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Any other questions for Jeffrey? No? Will y'all how many of y'all are going to go and try and make videos after this? Or later, or next year or something?
Everybody is too stressed about making video, but actually making video is not too complicated. It's actually quite easy once you get the hang out of it, and the chances of you winning a video presentation is much higher than you submit for a poster
or oral presentation. Yeah, that's very true, because there's less people submitting for the video.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. There is less competition in the video competition actually. So I really encourage everyone to start trying out how to create and edit a video. And yeah.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey, for your time. Thank you all for attending. Next week, Nadia, is my talk, right? I believe it's mine. It's the one to do with theses and CD proposal document, as well as how to present and so forth. So I think it's very important for you guys to attend next week. I hope more people attend. All right. Thank you, Jeffrey, so much for giving your insight on how to do this. Even I need to learn.
Thank you so much, Prof. Gauri, and also the team for the invitation. Glad to help. Hopefully everyone can start preparing and edit some video and put it up for competition soon.